Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. I am the RN Genius, but you may call me Eric, and in the last episode we listened in on a few interesting conversations. Not that we had them. One? No, you have to watch the episode. I'm not gonna say what happened in the last episode. It's too big. It is also basically something that prepares the player for there being a sequel to this game. It basically builds up for the story of the next game, and right now we're gonna see why. Probably because we've got to find Joshua. Only thing we hear of him is him playing the harmonica somewhere. I don't know where he is. It's probably, you can probably hear it, but only my left ear is covered with the headphones, by the way. Would be here. Hey, Still. Nice night, isn't it? Yeah. There's that song again. The Whereabouts of Light. I've lost a lot, but this song and this harmonica have always been with me. I've been thinking about it while I play it. Huh? Maybe it's a habit I should quit. I think I want to tell you what I was doing before I met you. Joshua! Okay. This may take a while. Do you mind? Not at all. I'll listen to whatever you have to say. Thank you. Once upon a time, there lived a little boy all by himself. He was the timid sort, relying on the kindness of others without a single redeeming trait. But he had people he cared about with him, so he was happy. But one day, something happened that broke his heart. He forgot how to speak, to feel, even to eat. All he could do was play his harmonica. No matter how hard his caretaker tried, nothing helped his heart to mend, and he grew weaker by the day. One day, a wandering magician appeared before the boy. "I will heal the boy's heart for you," he said. "Provided, of course, I am compensated." And so the boy was given over into the magician's care. As he attempted to piece the broken heart back together, the magician found that he could shape the boy's existence into anything he wished. And so the boy's new heart became that of a murderer. For 2 years, the boy killed every single day. Under cover of night, he murdered dozens of soldiers. He slit the throat of a national cabinet minister who was under heavily armed guard. Sometimes he used explosives, which maimed and killed innocent bystanders. At some point, he became regarded as something more than a mere killer. He was known as the Black Fang, and the name stuck fear into the hearts of men. One day, the magician gave the boy an assassination order. His target was a hero, a man who had protected his queen and nation from the threat of an invading northern country. He was a bracer who held a special rank shared only by 3 others in the entire land. But the target was too strong. He defeated the boy with all the ease of a tiger, swatting at a playful cub. At the moment, some of the magician's servants showed up. Since the boy's face had been seen, he was now a loose end to be tied up. But someone came to his aid and drove the attackers away. It was, of course, the man he had come to kill. And so the boy was taken to the man's house, where he met a young girl. He lived there for 5 years, always feeling like he was lost in some wonderful dream. In the real world, he would never be allowed to have such dreams. But all dreams must end at some point. The time was drawing near when reality could be avoided no longer. And that's the end of my story. Thank you for being patient with me and listening. Was that real? Every syllable. My heart is broken. My hands will always be stained with blood. I failed the assassination of your father. I've been betraying you for a long time. The boy can't be saved from his real purpose. His presence alone seems to bring disaster and misery. He's just tainted. But the boy set out on a journey, in hopes that he may keep his misfortunes from the ones he holds dear. He will find and stop the foul magician who created the life he has led. What? That's the last remnant of my human heart. I won't be needing it anymore, but I want you to take it. It's hardly an adequate way to thank you for the last 5 years, but I can't think of anything better. Stop it. What? I said stop it. Stop talking about it like it's a dream. You make it sound like it's nothing that happened, like nothing that's happened was even real to you. What difference does the past make? Your heart is broken? What does that even mean? Stell. Look at me. Look into my eyes. They've always seen that boy, in good times and bad. No matter how much the boy was hurting, I always saw how hard he would keep holding on. Joshua, I'm in love with you. What? You can't just leave me on my own. My feelings won't just go away when you do. I will not let you. Estelle. Huh? Oh. Joshua? Oh, what was that? It's so bitter. It's just a fast-acting sedative. Don't worry, there are no side effects. Oh. Why? Why did you... My Estelle, you shine like the sun. My time with you was the happiest and the most painful I've ever known. Just as the brightest light casts the darkest shadow, if you stayed with me, you'd find out just how disgusting my true nature is. Sometimes I think it would have been better if we'd never met. No. But this time, it is different. I'm grateful you came to see me. I hate that I have to run from a girl who's so important to me. But it's all I can do. But I want you to know that I'll always be thinking of you. Joshua. Thank you for everything. You had me from the first moment I met you. I've always loved you. Goodbye, Estelle. The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. And that would be the last line of dialogue. Ooh, I believe now would be the time for me to start talking about the game. What I thought about it, and I will not be talking about the ending, by the way. I'm aware there is a sweet sequel, and you should be aware that I will be let's playing said sequel very soon, actually. Well, okay, it's January right now, the beginning of January. Also, the music is getting louder, so I'm probably gonna have to boost my voice afterwards in video editing, but that's okay. That's okay. For me, the voice is just really loud right now. But it's January right now. I'm probably gonna let's playing the game, the sequel, when I am finished uploading with this game. Yeah, that is gonna be the moment I set for myself when I start playing that game. You might not be able to see myself right now. Yeah, it'd be creepy if you were able to, because, like, really. But I do not have a webcam, but I've got a tear running down my chin, so cheek. So that ending was quite dramatic, actually. Ooh. I like when the credits run, you know, I like talking about what I felt about the game and what I liked and what I disliked and what they could have done better and what they did perfectly, like something that I will always keep with me. But right now I'm not in the mood to talk about that because that was shocking. Is there something's gonna come, right? That was not all the developers. Or were they ending? Okay, right now is the perfect time for me to start talking about the game, isn't it? So, first thing, this is gonna be like playing through this game, the entire game. It was a very long game, and the story of it was not only dramatic and tense, like it stretched over 60 hours for me, like with the side quests between it. I could have totally neglected most of the side quests and just powered through the story, but it still would have taken me like 30 hours. And I have to say, it might be one of the best stories I've ever, like, seen in a video game. Like, I would compare it to stories I've read books about. I'm not gonna like list random books that I've read in German that I don't know the English title of. So there's an author called Anthony Horowitz, and he has written my favorite book series, which would be literally translated into the 5 Doors. I'm pretty sure that's not the same English title, but if you go to the Google Translator right now, if you were to go there and typed in the 5 Doors, translated it to German, and then copy what comes out of it into Google and write Anthony Horowitz and English behind it, you would find to this book series. That is my favorite book series, and this story is on par with it. If not, better. I will have to think about that after the sequel. But this is extremely dramatic, and the chapters, yeah, prologue, it had 5 chapters in a weird way, set up in a weird way. I have to say, I would have started with chapter 1 and not with prologue. That is some meta right there. But first you get to know the characters. In the first chapter, you come to the you come to meet that weird imperial guy, Oliver, and go around with Charizard, Capua family and stuff. The second chapter, you meet the princess herself, disguised as a school student. You go through a festival, and I have to say the second chapter of this game was my absolute favorite chapter, might be in all of gaming history, and I am not one to say something like that lightly. I am amazed that this game was so fun. All my expectations were trumped 3 times, 4 times. I would have never expected this game to be this good. I thought the fighting was the pinnacle of this game, but no, the fighting, if you compare the in-game fighting elements to what this game actually is about, it's garbage. Like, if you take the fighting out, this game is, as a I like reading books, okay? This story written down in a book would be one of the best stories I would like. I have no way of saying how good this story is for me. Oh well, maybe I'm just a little silly like that, but okay. If it is like that, also reading out every single line of it is a big part of it. It's not like I'm practicing my English speaking capabilities. I do read out a lot of mistakes. I always have to. If rambling is difficult for me, so I always have to look for the right words. My vocabulary is very limited, so I cannot say most words. But I somehow manage, apparently, because I've managed to get through like 60 hours of in-game time here with talking, maybe non-stop. But I also read out a lot. From a gameplay perspective, this game was not bad. It was a typical. I wouldn't call it a typical JRPG. It was like tactical. The combat system is nice. I mean, I cannot complain about it. I like the combat system of JRPGs much more. But this was unique, I'd say. I cannot compare it to anything else because this is the first time I've come across this sort of fighting system. But I'm happy with it, and it managed. It managed to keep me, well, active and on guard through the entire game. We've gotten to know a ton of characters, and the characters were like, I can describe the character, the emotional, like the. It feels weird saying I can describe the character of every single character in this game, but what I really want to say with that, the characters are very well developed. Each has their own things they can do badly and good. I do not find the words to describe what they did with the characters. There's so much stuff that like some people would have never thought of putting in it, but they did it. Like some little lines, just little lines everywhere that were not necessary, but just develop the characters so much more and get so much emotion in it. So I feel like this story is going to be living on in my head for a long time, and I have to say, I'm really proud of this Let's Play. This is my favorite Let's Play overall so far. And maybe, I doubt that I'm going to be able to trump that in quite a while. But that's okay. Maybe at some point, at least, my personal emotions went in it as well, because it was all the first time I ever, like, encountered it. I went through this Let's Play blind. I went through this story completely blind. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have been so interested in knowing more about it. But the story is amazing, and I am happy to have been a part of this story for you. So I will push the A button now. Regarding clear data. After saving clear data, you must load it from the title screen to begin a second playthrough with various statistics carried over. I'm gonna save that right here. I hope you enjoyed my Let's Play of Trails in the Sky. The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky is what the game's called. I say it every time at the beginning of the episode, but there I did not say it. But I genuinely hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I hope I will see you in my next Let's Play as well. I've had a lovely time with this game, and with you, of course. You're a big part of it as well. So, I hope I will see you then. Ooh, okay. Oh, of course I have to go through this one. The skies show no mercy. They see and engulf all. And the gears of fate continue to turn. The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. The second chapter. Leaving his harmonica with Estelle, Joshua vanishes into the fading light. Estelle sets out on a new journey to bring him home. but the faint tolling of a distant bell indicates the dawn of a new era. A time of conspiracy and calamity. More trials await the men and women of Livell Kingdom. New journeys. Special characters. Peculiar artifacts. One epic adventure. Reaching, grasping for that familiar melody, marching ever onward, plotting out the trails of destiny once more. And that was truly it. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, bye bye.